Hey guys, what's good? It's Dami here from Clientele Boosters, and today we're going to go over a mini community build out for a restaurant. Now, at 24 years old, after spending 5 years in the marketing game, my first couple of clients, some of them were restaurants, right? So I've served some of the most popular restaurants all across in Melbourne, from Brighton in the eastern suburbs, all the way up to Seaford near Mornington Peninsula, and obviously in the west side where, I was raised up in Melbourne, Australia. So I've been in the game for a while when it comes to hospitality marketing. I've worked with events, I've worked with venues, I've worked with spaces. So I understand hospitality, not just food, but I also understand food as well. So let's go over a mini community build out. First and foremost, what's a mini community? First, let's start with what's a mega community. A mega community is a group of high intent customers in the restaurant situation, where a bunch of high intent customers want to work with the people within the restaurant and then the business. What mistakes that most restaurants and people in hospitality make is they promote the business or the food, and don't get me wrong, the food's important, but people come into the restaurant and the food takes 40 minutes extra to deliver, or the restaurant looks unclean and it's dirty and the kitchen's a mess, right? Or the tables are messy, or the staff is rude and there's no managers and no culture, right? So you got to master the internal to then expand externally. And that's why we focus on cultivating relationships through mini communities to then create a mega community. A mini community is like the leg that the table stands on, or it's one of the wheels when you're driving a car so the car can keep moving forward. Got it? Awesome. Let's jump into it. So let's go with restaurants. CB, name of my agency, Clientele Boosters. Feel free to look it up if you want to check the description below. And we're going to talk about restaurants. It's going to say restaurants, and we're going to build a mini community. Whoopsie daisy. Alrighty, cool. So mini community, right? Mini communities, we're just going to call it MCs. All right, mini community. What's the name of this restaurant? What do you guys want? Let's call it red. I like red. Let's go red or orange. Fuck it, we'll go red. Red, cool. So red is the name of the restaurant. Cool. Red, mini communities. Thing I love to always start with is socials, right? Socials. Just for example's sake, because there's a lot of other parts of a mini community, but socials is the easiest thing people can digest. And it also gives you guys enough bait to want to jump into the free group, all right? I understand. I have my own business as well. Regardless, let's give you some value. FB, IG, definitely TikTok, Snap, and there is more that you can use because there's things like food ordering apps. We'll stick with this for now, okay? So Snap, I'm gonna keep it simple. Snap, we'll just start with stories, okay? Stories, let's just say you post daily, okay? Stories, whoa, terrible writing from me today. Stories times 7, okay? Daily. TikTok, stories, and posts, all right? So let's just say stories you do, let's just say 2 times a day, as an example. Now you can do more, right? Like if I owned a restaurant, I'd be posting like 10 stories a day, okay? And a little trick that I heard from someone, I'm not sure if this is validated, but it seemed like it was from someone I think used to work in Meta, and Meta owns Instagram. So Meta's Facebook and it owns Instagram. It's better to let the Instagram story play itself out and then post more. So for example, if I post today on Tuesday, 10 stories, then I would let those 10, I post them probably like 9 a.m., right? 11 a.m., then 1 p.m. as an example. Let's just say in one day, as an example, so 3. I let the full 3 stories get to tomorrow, and then 9 a.m. I'll do a new one. 11 a.m. I'll do a new one. 1 p.m. I'll do a new one. It's kind of let the story do its full cycle. I will look deeper into that, but that's what I've heard from some people high up in Instagram. Anyway, stories. So let's say I was doing 2 a day. That's times 14 a week. Posts, let's just say I was doing once a day, okay? Now, it goes further with with TikTok, because there's posts. What I would do, and this is just me, because I'm trying to find, again, different mini communities that I can then angle to the mega community, which is the restaurant, okay? I would do a TikTok live with a brand ambassador. So for those that aren't familiar with what a brand ambassador is, I'd call it an influencer. Okay, a lot of the biggest brands, if you look at Prime with Logan Paul and KSI, if you look at La Paqueta, sometimes the brand ambassador is not even a human. I'm sure you guys have been to Macca's, Ronald McDonald. Guys, brand ambassadors, influencers, right? So you want to have something that personalizes the restaurant, right? I would have some sort of live TikTok with the influencer at least once a week where some sort of giveaway is involved. For those, so giveaway. So let's just say it was on a Friday. Every Friday, let's giveaway, right? So this is good Because what you've done is you're creating people that just want to come for the live influencer on TikTok. So a live is, when you're speaking live and you're recording it, live audience. And people might just want the Friday giveaway. They might not even interact with any of this stuff. Then you have people that are just going to interact with that, people that are going to interact with that. 3 different audiences, all right? That's just off TikTok, all right? And I'm not even going too deep today. I just want to show you guys some of what you can think about. Now let's jump to Facebook. And this is, by the way, guys, I've worked with a lot of the most popular Indian and Nepalese restaurants in Melbourne. This is what a lot of them do. So if you go to Facebook groups, major key for restaurants. This is a major key. I have restaurants in the CBD. I have restaurants that I work with in the eastern suburbs. Restaurants like, this is the secret sauce. I'm telling you. This is when I started to, I'm going to be honest, my churn dropped when I started doing this one thing, posting in Facebook groups. Okay. And that's because people were actually getting results. No matter how good I am at designing or my team is at designing and posting, they needed to make money. And that was harder to predict. But when we started posting in Facebook groups, that changed. Okay. I post in at least 10 groups a day. Okay. Times 7. That's what I recommend. If you can do that, pull it off. If you need help on how to do that, then click the link below. Right, book a call with one of our coaches at Mega Community Consulting, and we can just give you the play on how to hire people inexpensively to do this internationally. And I'm not talking about Fiverr or Upwork, right? I'm talking about a more efficient way of trusting the people that you're going to be able to work with long term, okay? Because I used Upwork and Fiverr for the first couple of years. Don't get me wrong, I've hired some great salespeople from Upwork, but it's been rare that I've had someone that's worked with me for multiple years from Upwork or Fiverr. And you guys that are watching probably understand why. Okay, so Facebook, we've talked about groups, awesome. Obviously posts. Posts is another one. Stories. And, so we talked about the giveaway on the Friday, right? I do the same thing. Live with influencer on Monday. So the reason why I say this is because a lot of you restaurants don't even open on Monday because it's so quiet. Some of you are, but some of you don't. What I would do is I would have some sort of incentive or some sort of personality come on that day to taste test the food. I'm not going to name drop, but we had restaurants where we'll set up the influencer collaboration for them because I have another company, which is a production company, where I have access to a Rolodex of influencers all across Asia Pacific, so Melbourne, Sydney, Gold Coast, New Zealand, now Bali in the next couple of months. So what I will do is I'm like, hey, listen, we're already doing your socials and your ads. I will take care, or my team will take care of the partnership between you and the influencer, right? What then we would do is the influencer would come to the restaurant when the restaurant wasn't open. Right? Then they would get the cuisine, they would have the food laid out in a nice way. The influencer would make the video really, really attractive and sexy, and then they'd post it when the restaurant was open or on the day the restaurant was closed to build up that hype. So the reason why I like to do this is because it creates inversion. So what I mean by this is you're starting to get help on the days when you're slower, but you're also building hype for the giveaway. But you're also having it, ideally, again, this is if I have my own restaurant, with 2 different faces of the brand. Now, having one face is important, but again, use KSI and Logan Paul. We're talking about mini communities, right? KSI, YouTuber, boxer, singer. Terrible writing for me today. Logan Paul, let's just say LP, YouTuber. He was on Vine before TikTok. Viner, boxer, actor. Combined, Prime. Now, that's already a multi-9-figure, if not $1 billion business. Am I saying to those restaurateurs that you're about to be a billionaire or even a 9-figure or 8-figure, maybe 8-figure, but a multi-millionaire using this strategy? Not necessarily. What I am saying is that I do think there's occasional merit in having maybe 2, max 3 brand ambassadors. Because if you get me, a dread-headed Nigerian 24-year-old former athlete who does business, right? I'm going to attract a certain audience compared to, Joanna, that is 27, that's 37, grew up in Brighton and, is now a school teacher. But if we're both representing your restaurant, then we're attracting, You get what I mean? Two different types of audiences and on two different days, so we're not overshadowing one or the other. So if we then collab once every 2 months on a post, it's like, whoa, two worlds colliding, my favorite people in the area. Get what I'm saying? So this is an example, guys. On Instagram, for the sake of this example, we'll just do Reels. There's so much you can do on Instagram. And there's so much that I'm not even talking about. Terrible way to write Reels. There's so much that I haven't even spoken about. Like food ordering apps. We're partnered with Food and Wine with Love at Clientele Boosters. So if you want to get listed on a platform that actually allows you to get pushed to other sites where, people can see your food, similar to like a menu log or a DoorDash, then you can click the link and you can learn more with our coaches. But if you did learn something from this, first of all, drop a comment and like the video. But join the free group. We talk a lot about social media strategies and ways to look at mini and mega communities and some of the things that I've learned after serving restaurants for nearly 5 years, since I was 19, right? And 25 at the end of the year. So I've learned a thing or two about marketing restaurants sustainably, right? During COVID as well, right? So if you took something from it, enjoy it. Jump into the free Skool group, Mega Community Builders. You're going to learn a lot more, and you're going to be around other entrepreneurs that, might be in the same industry as yours, where you can, bounce off each other, or other industries so you can, reap the rewards of their ideas as well and collaborate and network. But there's also 25 plus videos in there where you can just learn from me. If you want to learn more from me without getting that coaching aspect, then there's another group called Mega Community Mastery. I think it's like $129 a month, but you can leave at any time, but you'll get access to like 75, 100 videos where I go deeper into things like this. And I mean deep. We're talking about hours and hours and hours of content from sales, from social media and all that good stuff. But if you do want that personalized help, then just click that link in the description and our coaching team will see if you're a good fit for Mega Community Consulting, where we pretty much just give you everything that you need. That way you'll never need to hire a marketing agency again. Anyway, hope you guys took some value out of this. Build a mini community if you're in hospitality, and I will see you guys soon. Peace.